Travis Johnson here, and today we're going to talk about a little wintertime streamer fishing. Really, streamer fishing can be anything you want. I think some of the things we fish nowadays are a little egregious in size, but something like this in the winter, I like light colors, grays, tans, yellow even works quite well. And you've noticed here I got a articulated fly with a little cone on it, but I didn't find it quite heavy enough for what I'm trying to do. So I've put a split shot about 6-7 inches above the fly. And one thing that'll help you when you're doing this kind of thing, if you don't think your fly is heavy enough, always add a split shot. Number two, put the split shot a little closer than you'd think to the fly, and this will eliminate a lot of tangles. You get the fly up here 18 inches, 2 feet, and when you're trying to cast something like this, you get a lot of weird wind knots and hookings, and like the articulated flies tend to hook back on the leader. So the closer you put the split shot, you do eliminate some of that. Our main focus here is going to be the inside. Now, when we're streamer fishing normally, a lot of people like to strip the fly aggressively, and I do believe there are times for that. With this, we want to keep pace with the river, but at the same time, we're not full on stripping it. We're not dead drifting it. We're just giving it a little bit of life. Let me get out here closer to the seam here, and I'm going to cast it up and across. I'm going to mend maybe a little, but split shot's going to help get me down. And every time I feel that the fly is slack, I'm going to retrieve it. And again, I'm not going to retrieve it crazy fast. I'm going to retrieve it slightly faster than the river. There's a good one just inside the seam. Rod tip downstream. Little strips go a long way, especially when the fly is under tension. Fly's under tension and you're pulling it, you're multiplying the speed. So as the tension gets there, oh yes, you just need to keep up. I particularly didn't like that particular presentation. I'm gonna do that again. It's a little behind the fly, which is not what we want. A little downstream mend, it's coming right down the seam. There we go. We're keeping up. Even in the winter, bait fish that get eaten face downstream. They're not always cutting across the current like a steelhead fly. You have to work the fly. It doesn't have to be as aggressive as it is in the summer. Just still need life to the fly. So I've had a couple of taps. Haven't really had as much success as I'd like, and I don't feel like I'm fishing as deep as I could. I'm gonna add another split shot to this. Or if I had a heavier fly that was reasonably the same size, I could probably put that on, but we'll just add another shot. And sometimes, like I just saw, I actually saw my fly. It wasn't near as deep as I would have liked it. And by near as deep, I mean, it looked like it was about 4 inches deep. So oh yes, this will sink. There we go. And we're on. One little change, oh my. One little change in weight, literally the next cast. And you saw I came tight to the fly, and it was 2 strips after I engaged the fly. Look at this lovely little red side here in the wintertime. A lot of people poo-poo streamer fishing on the Deschutes, but I mean, can't argue with that. Lovely little fish here. Perfect there. Great little trout, and you notice, we'll get him. He actually is on the top hook. This is more common with trout, unlike steelhead that eat the back. Trout almost always eat the middle. They want to kill these things. So lovely little winter red side there, floating line, streamer fishing. Let's see if we can get 1 or 2 more real quick. Oh yes, now that's a good fish. Again, the head of the fly coming downriver. Oh my. Lovely. Classic red side. I mean, he absolutely smoked the fly. Look at that, beautiful fish. He's more in that 17-inch range there, but look at that. Again, he's hooked on that top hook. I mean, when trout eat streamers, they eat them. So, I mean, that's tough to argue with that there. That's a lovely classic red side. Fins are all red. Perfect. Get out of here, lovely red side.